Hey guys, welcome to Bushels Homestead. My name is Ed. Today I don't have a whole lot going on the homestead. Actually, now in general I don't have a whole lot going on the homestead because I am revamping the whole property for sale. So in light of nothing really going on here garden wise, I thought maybe we would do a little DIY for you. So today I'm going to show you how to make some in-the-ground waterers for your garden, whether it be your raised beds or whether you want to dig them down into the ground proper. But all you're going to need for this is some sort of sealant, whether it be silicone or a cement-based sealant and adhesive. And some terracotta clay pots that have not been glazed. You want pots that are going to allow the water to seep through it over time. And let's get to it. Okay guys, so these waters that I'm going to make you are a water that the natives in the southwest of the United States have used for centuries. And what it is it's just a clay pot that you dig underground. Today what we're going to be doing is we're simply going to be sealing up the hole on the bottom pot and sealing it around here. And you know, that's it. It's just as simple as that. And then what you do is you bury this pot up to about here, and then you can easily water it from above, and the water will slowly seep through the pores of the unglazed terracotta pots, and your roots will grow down toward this and around this, and it makes it a whole lot easier to soak up the water, and your water lasts a little bit longer, so it kind of saves you some water. So out here in the desert, you know, this has been a thing for a long time, and they're called Ollas. O-L-L-A-S. So simple, right? So my plan is to bury these up to about here, like I've said, in my raised beds that I have out back. And I'm going to take, I don't know if you've ever seen them, but they have these pots that are kind of angled. You know, they're kind of flat right here. And I'm going to set those on top of this with the holes lining up above ground, so that I can spray my water hose from a distance into this pot so that it will fill my Ollas. And then I don't have to drag my water hose all the way around back. I can just shoot it all the way across the yard and water my flower beds without tearing up the soil, you know, the surface soil there. So for sealant, I'm going to use this Quickcrete. It's really any sealant you want to use. You know, if you're going to be using this for food products, you may not want something toxic. I didn't do a lot of research on this. I'm just going to use them for flowers. It says it's environmentally friendly, used for concrete, stucco, masonry, and brick. This is not an endorsement. I've never used this before, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, so before you put the tops on, you want to go ahead and seal the bottom hole there. And I'm simply going to plug one end up with my finger and start shooting the sealant in here. And this seal does not need to look pretty. It just needs to be functional because this is going to be buried. So nobody's going to see this, which is a good thing because my seal is ugly. And of course, the only reason you're sealing these up is because you don't want that water to just pour right on through it. Okay, so let's go ahead Ollas are pricey. So for an Olla about this size, which if you've been following my channel, I gave away recently for my 200 subscriber giveaway. If I recall, it was about $29 for that Olla. And one's larger, and when they say large, they mean about this size, maybe just a tiny bit bigger than this. It can go for like $69. And so, you know, these pots I just got at the store down the street for a little over $1 a piece. And then these bases were like 79 cents. So I think this may have been $6 for the adhesive. So very inexpensive. And I've got enough of these adhesive here probably to do, you know, a dozen of these. So yeah, now we just let them dry. Okay guys, so it's the next morning. I'm not sure if you can tell or not, but the pots are darker now. I did end up filling this one with water, and I filled this one almost to the top. This one I filled to the top, and it still had probably about that much water. I just, you know, kind of tipped it over and emptied some out to see where it was. And you can see on this larger pot the water forming around the edge here. This one you don't see that, but you can tell that the water is seeping through, but not as quickly as it is in this one. And that is probably because of the greater volume here and gravity. That greater volume is pushing harder on the water down here, so it's able to push more water through its pores more quickly than this one. That's my instant thought anyway. So the larger the pot, probably the faster the water goes through it. But yeah, so, you know, it's nice to see that water forming, and it's nice to see that it's not just running through them. So yeah, I think they're gonna work great. All right guys, so it's the second morning, and let's check out these clay pots. So as you can see, the smaller one, just for reference here, you can see compared to my hand how big that is, how small that is. This one has, I can feel the same amount of water that it's had the entire time. You can see it's not wet underneath. The water's just not coming out through these pores. If it was buried, maybe there would be just a little bit of sweat on there, but I'm not very impressed with how that one's performing. This one, on the other hand, you can see the water that's gathered here. Well, I should have showed you before that, but it was wet around the base here as well. The wood is wet from where it's soaking through here. And yeah, you can clearly see the sweat on this. So clearly size matters when we're talking about these Ollas. So I will not be using this one. I'll tear that back apart and just use the pots. And I will be getting a few more of these pots and using those. Okay guys, so this is where I'm putting my Ollas in this little raised bed that I've placed in the corner here. As you can see, I've dug them in. Alright guys, so here we are, day, I forget, and I'll post it up here, of this project. And I'm finally finished. Took a while to get the cosmetic pots, you know, the display pots here that I wanted. And then of course it was super hot every day, so I didn't want to be out here to work on it. So taking a little longer than it should have. As you guys have seen, it's pretty easy to get the basic Olla put together and complete, and then all you got to do is bury it, and then, you know, maybe throw a cork in it so that, you know, junk doesn't fill it up, and you know, just put water in it every, out here it seems to be about 3 to 4 days, 3 to 5 days before it's all drained out of the pots there. And yeah, works well, right? So I'll show you my little setup now. Alright, so this is what my little corner looks like. I've got a couple whiskey barrels out here that I'm going to throw some stuff in. Some old cactus wood there. And the pots, which you won't really be able to see the decorative aspect of them from the distance. I did, when I tried to feed the those little pipes through, they just weren't fitting very well with the plugs in them. So I just moved them to these cosmetic pots, and yeah, as I've said, those are just going to keep that silt from getting into it. I don't even think I'm going to plug these guys up. I think I'll be fine without plugging them up, since they do rise an inch or so above the pots. So now let's see how they fill up. So yeah, now I should just have to drag the old hose from right here where the reel is, pull it out just to the edge of the house right here. Woo, bright. And then I can water the flower bed here, my stragglers over there, and yeah, the plants that are over here, the bougainvillea that I planted, the Tacoma, and what's left of my sunflowers. Can water these guys over here, and now I can just hose off that direction and get the flower bed on the other side of the yard. Alright, so it is working. The water is draining down into those pipes. I probably need to get them, cut them down a little bit more. I knew that before I put them in and completely neglected to do it. But yeah, I can see that water level's going down slowly there. And I had to get a little bit closer than I anticipated because the width of that stream at max distance is too wide, so water just goes everywhere. A little more than I wanted. So yeah, get a little bit closer, but as you can see, this does work. And you know, you guys don't have to do this part at all. You can just have the pot sticking up out of the ground. You can decorate them how you want. So there you have it, guys. Super simple DIY that you can customize to your own liking, as a way to save you a little bit of water and to get moisture directly to the roots of your plants. There are all kinds of ways you can customize them. You can put them anywhere. I plan on putting some in the bigger pots that we have around here that are like our whiskey barrels. You can also do things like just make giant versions of these things and have, you know, hoses running to other plants, or to other Ollas, smaller Ollas. You know, have a rain barrel that leads to them. All kinds of things you can do. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know down in the comments if there's any ways that you can think of to improve upon the design, and yeah, you know, tell me where I went wrong, and I'll make improvements. If necessary, I'll make a whole nother video showing the ideas you guys came up with. Have a good one, guys. Keep it growing.